What is up, everyone? Welcome back to our lawn, and today we're top dressing the fairway. Now, I have a video talking about types of sand that you want to use, what top dressing means, how you can use it as a cultural practice. This is more a smooth out type project and to get some sand on the surface to have a better place to play and chip from. It's a little bit more like what we'd get at a golf course where we have that sand cap for our fairways and greens. Also, it's going to assist with mowing at the about 3/8 of an inch that I'm going to be keeping this fairway at. So my process to this point, basically, and what I've found success with, is I'm going to go fill a wheelbarrow, I'm going to spread the piles around, and then I'm going to use a small, more normal landscape rake. That's the easiest way to knock the piles down without really having to pull and struggle. And then once I get the piles knocked down a little bit, I'm going to come back with a 36-inch landscape rake and just get it all smoothed out and kind of raked in like I have down here. Then I'm going to make sure I do it on a day when I have a while for that sand to dry out, because in order to get it down into the canopy of the grass, it does need to be dry, and my sand is not dry. And so you can see the color difference between what I just put down over here and what I put down over here about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. And basically then once it's dry out, we're giving it enough time where to come back with the leveling rake and then sweep it all in. And so you will go from wet sand spread out to dry sand spread out to what the green looks like right now, which is where it has everything brushed in and it's had a little bit of time to get watered and grow back through. Now, a big thing, like I mentioned, is we want to make sure that we got enough dry time for it to dry out, because if it just rains and it stays wet, it becomes very difficult to get it down into the canopy of the grass, and it can start to smother it. Now, under the correct circumstances, you'll see it's not going to smother it. The grass will come back through, it will grow just fine. But if it's left on here thick and covered, you might actually kill off and lose some of your grass. So just make sure you have a good, dry, windy day to let this dry out for you. Then you can come through and sweep it all down in, and you'll be good to go. And there we go. There's the process, right? We got it all leveled out now. As good as we're going to do this time, this is going to be a multiple application, multiple attempt type process to get it super, super smooth. And it's something we're going to continue to do on and on as a cultural practice for the putting green and the fairway. It's really windy, but we're back here about 2 weeks later, and it's like it never happened. So again, you go through that process, get your sand out there, spread it out a little thin so it can dry out. Once it does dry out, we can come back through with either that same landscape rake or a leveling rake and get it all nice and smooth, settled into the surface. One thing I did that you shouldn't do, the grass was under regulation when I put it down. Would not recommend that. One thing I didn't do that I would recommend is I didn't fertilize prior to putting the sand down to, again, push some top growth to help that grow up through the sand a little bit quicker. I didn't do that, and yet, even still, plant under regulation, not fertilized, all came up. It's all looking great. I'm here in the play set. So there you go. You want to top dress any part of your yard, your, fairway, putting green, just your general yard, anything. You go through that process, you're going to be successful. You're going to be happy with the results. So leave me with any comments below. Like the video if it was helpful. Let me know what sort of things you'd like to see from me going forward, what problems you've had, questions you might have. Subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along to everything we're doing here in our lawn. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Little baby Benson the fairway.